Hello all, I'm coming back with the second part to this experiment here. And at this time, in this game, I'm going to run BikJump version 2.01 against the challenging mode of the DGT Centaur to see how can it scale up high enough to draw or beat BikJump. The hypothesis is we're trying to figure out how high friendly mode and challenging can scale up. I think based on my tests that I've done in the past, I'm just illustrating this for you all, I think that the friendly mode can scale up to about 1800, and I think that the challenging mode can scale up around 2000, maybe a little bit more ish. And for those who haven't seen the other video, you can probably look at my playlist and find the video where I've already done this experiment against BikJump, which is rated around 2100, 2200 ish, and we're just going to see how it plays against the DGT Centaur on challenging mode here. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get out of this screen, go back to the main screen. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna let BikJump play white, and I'm gonna do this experiment again, but I'm gonna do it with reverse colors. I'm gonna let BikJump play black against friendly mode, and let BikJump play black against challenging mode. So and the game is set to 10 minutes, and let's see here. And what'll happen is that let's see, yep, set to 10 minutes, and I may not be able to keep up fast enough with the moves and the game time, so the time may run out. No worries, we're just going to continue playing. Again, this is just for illustration purposes, not like anything too scientific per se, but again, we should just at least get a good idea of what the DGT Centaur scaling capabilities could be. So with that said, let's go ahead and get BikJump to move. Let's go ahead and flip the board. He chose D4. Let's see what DGT Centaur challenging mode is going to do. Okay, this could turn into a lot of things. Here we could have a Queen's Gambit. Oh, this here's a variation of my opening. I typically like to play G3 and Bishop G2, then castles, then go C4. That's typically my line I like to play here. Alright, this is pretty so far. Oh yeah, that definitely playing a Queen's Gambit here. Okay, look like we're getting some version of what would look like it could be a Carol Khan. And what could make the difference too is that I do have the PowerBook 2020 available for BikJump and just a standard book. Maybe I should, that's another thing I have to do. Maybe the opening book theoretically shouldn't make too much of a difference though. It shouldn't make a terrible bit of difference, but so far so good. Alright, development, always necessary. Okay. Yes, this is sort of a variation. I've never quite played it like this when my queen was sitting on C4 already, but I may have to consider that. Queen to B3, pawn takes and queen takes. That's a good variation. Kind of like it. I'm getting better at this being the operator for these systems, if anybody's watched my first video. So far everything is looking pretty good. Times are looking pretty good, and yeah, what can I say? This is a really good opening system both sides have here. Queen's Gambit accepted. Oh, okay, I forgot to move. Sorry, forgot to move black. Yeah, see, that's why I tell you I'm getting better at this operating thing, but it's just as soon as I said that I kind of made a mistake. But you get the point. Let's just see. I'm gonna have much more to say after the openers over, which all the opening situations here just kind of, now that's kind of a humdinger. I didn't quite expect it to go Alpha Zero Leader chess on me here. Where it went H4. Okay, now we got BikJump out of book here. Just evaluating the position in black's favor just slightly, and also DGT Centaur in challenging mode is also evaluating this as 0.16 in black favor. 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 0.16 in black favor So let's see what he does. Big is looking iron e4. I think I can only put one line on BikJump as just an engine, so that's all. I can't show like its top lines, like 3 lines for example. So we'll just have to work with what we got. Okay, so takes here. Okay. Knight takes. It seems like usually BikJump's moves are very strongly correlate with its evaluation, but it seems like, I guess that's the limitation of its engine. It's only evaluating one main line, it seems. It evaluates the position, but really focuses in on one line. But still, it's a great engine just for having a sparring partner, because again, I play against it, and I ain't gonna lie, I have rarely beaten it, but I have learned a lot of maneuvering techniques, at my level. Okay. BikJump has H4 on tap. They both are evaluating of just in white's favor. It's not really in white's favor, but just they basically say the evaluation is about the same. 0.12 from BikJump and 0.06 from DGT Centaur in challenging mode. H4 it is. Let's see here. Now, what will really be interesting is if we can get a game where a sacrifice happens, like a positional sacrifice. That's what I really hope happens, so we can really see like how well the game, the engines, play in under those circumstances of just, will it have enough capability to search for and evaluate a positional sacrifice. That would be great. Yesterday, BikJump sacked. He didn't really sack, but he exchanged 2 minus pieces for 2 pawns and a rook, and I thought that was pretty good. Okay, so far so good. DGT Centaur is not. Oh, I need to change this up here. Anyway, it's not friendly mode. If you see friendly mode on the screen, this is definitely challenging mode. I didn't change that, but it's definitely challenging mode for sure. All right. Okay. So as it stands, the DGT Centaur is evaluating 0.27 in black's favor, and Bik is evaluating the position as 0.13 in white's favor. So it's still roughly equal though. Roughly about the same valuation. It's not that much. I don't know, quarter of a pawn versus equal. I mean, that's a pretty, it's starting to get into some weird territory here, so to speak. Captures. We're beginning to get to a point in the game where we're going to begin to see some things here, I believe. Alright, now it's hollering for F3. I wonder what's the point of F3. Well, I get the point, yeah, because they got pressure on E4. Okay. Let's see what he does. F3. Probably bishop should take anyways. Okay, knight here. I was just thinking that move, but it seemed to be that for some reason, like black seems to have a very active position here. White's position is not that active at all. I mean, black doesn't even have to castle. He can just go king E7 and rook H2 D8. I think would be good. At least that's what I would do, something to that effect. Okay. Well, we know he's going to take that. Okay. Now, white has to really do something about his bishop, his white bishop, his light bishop, because obviously that bishop is worse than his counterpart, and that pawn on c6 is really, you know, breaking the scope on that diagonal. Breaking the scope on diagonal from that bishop. If it was to go say f, bishop f1 to say, and wanted to go say to b5, it can't, obviously. And the knight, that one pawn is also holding the knight out. It's willing to take double pawns for the bishop pair. Interesting that these level of computers here would even think about that. See what it does. Okay, makes sense. I always put a rook on an open file. Seems like, generally speaking, it's not ever a bad idea. It's gonna go bishop f1 and probably reroute the bishop to c4. Okay. I gotta say, yesterday with friendly mode was in trouble already. Today, the challenging mode is not in trouble just yet. In fact, it is putting some pressure down here, it seems. And as it stands, DGT Centaur is evaluating his position as at 0.55 in white's favor, and Big obviously is evaluating as 0.15 in white's favor, around 0.2 actually. So that's interesting. I mean, it doesn't seem to be, again, for me, through my eyes, seems to be that it's, you know, I think from a human standpoint, it seems to be to me more easier to play with black than it is to play with white. To me, it is. Now that's like that move right there. I think. Well, I mean, he could have. Actually, that was a good move. Now, if he pushed c5, although he do get him knight some scope, I mean, that bishop is pretty cemented right in the center of the board. Let me see. Okay. Things are heating up a little bit. Oh, okay. He's getting a little. DGT Centaur is not taking it. And again, for anybody who's watching, just to remind you, this is DGT Centaur in challenging mode. I forgot to change the name, so it will show up on the screen. It's showing up as friendly mode, but it is in fact challenging mode. And you can see the difference if you're gonna watch my other video where I played BikJump against the friendly mode. Friendly mode was in trouble by now. I mean, it was really on the ropes by now. And but challenging mode definitely is putting up a challenge though here. So far, I would say that this probably has scaled up. I mean, it's scaling up quite nicely. Okay. And again, it's hard to keep up with the time with these, you know, because they move so instantly. By the time you move and lose seconds over, say, 20 and 30 moves, I mean, you could lose several minutes like I have. So, but don't worry, we'll still play the game out in case if you're wondering. Played all the way out to checkmate. BikJump is now giving the edge to white. And DGT Centaur has it 0.15 in black's favor. So we'll see who's right. So we'll see who's right. That's what we'll do. Okay. That was interesting. I don't know why I would have expected that. I mean, I would not have expected that. Alright, so now DGT Centaur is basically equal, 0.04 in white's favor. And DGT Centaur still believes that it has a nice edge here as white. I mean, it's BikJump still believes it has a nice edge as white. Sorry. Alright. So we're going to try to maneuver the knight now. I guess he's going to try to trade that knight off. Try to trade a defender. Knight e2. Okay. Okay, that's the move I've been waiting on, because I definitely would have done that. Just cemented that bishop right in the middle of the board. So if you take it, you can just have two pawns, just two connected strong pawns in the center of the board. I mean, black's white bishop is fine. He can just always go pawn f6 and maneuvers his bishop around, or even just go f5. You know, so many ways for black to play with. That's why I said, as a human standpoint, to me, to my eye, feels like it would be slightly easier to play as black, but that don't necessarily mean it's winning or whatever. But you know, you feel at least mentally. Oh, I forgot to move for black. You feel at least mentally more comfortable. And see, that's the other thing, because one know it has more time than the other. They might be playing based on the time limits, but again, this is not anything too terribly scientific, but it'll at least give us some idea if you know, just how the scaling of DGT Centaur works. I'm gonna try to think of some better experiments to make it more. I think the best way that I really can do a determination is to now that's a threat. That's a solid threat. Is to play it in a very long game, to where like I can have a lot of time to move, and the game will probably end before time runs out. Because one thing I wish they would have added to DGT Centaur that they do not have, they could have had an increment. If you'd had any kind of increment added, that'd be great. They should have at least had like a 2-second option of a 2-second increment. If they had that would be fantastic. That would mitigate everything. 5 seconds would be better for the sake of, you know, operating this like this, but again, you gotta take what you got. That's kind of a bad move, because that's really giving black a kind of a move with tempo to free his bishop. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like that move. BikJump just made a mistake in my opinion. Yeah. That was a mistake. Yeah, that absolutely was a mistake. So while challenging mode has scaled up, it seems to be, and is really competing with, and might even outplay our BikJump here. Who knows? We'll see. Although time has run out, you know, this is you know, it's just a proof of concept experiment here we're doing. Okay, bishop here. Yep. Definitely I wouldn't take that knight, because that pawn is really just too strong on d5 at the moment. Okay. Whoa. Now everything has changed. BikJump is evaluating this position highly in black's favor. And let's see, yeah, 0.93 in black's favor is what DGT Centaur is evaluating this position as. Interesting. So again, as it stands, so far this thing can at least scale to around 2100 in challenging mode. Okay, takes. In friendly mode, it scales to around 1800, maybe even 1700, but definitely I would say definitely 1700, but I would say 1800, 1800 in friendly mode. And in challenging mode is at least playing 2100 level chess right now, because BikJump has been rated by the CCRL as 2100 plus, and you'll see that link in the description. I think it's on the list at number 346. And they do very extensive testing, so they're like the computer. I mean, there's a lot of good computer chess computer groups that evaluate these engines, and they all do a great job. So, and definitely CCRL does a great job. So they say BikJump is 2100. I believe BikJump is 2100. Get an active king. That pawn is going to fall. At some point, you may even get two passed pawns with F5 and E4. Coming down to the wire here, BikJump is really not liking his position. A little more than one pawn in the favor of black. Black is evaluating. This is roughly the same 1.02 DGT Centaur in black favor, and BikJump evaluating the position in 1.07 in black's favor. So we're moving right along here. Oh yeah, that was a bad move. That was a bad move. I will go ahead and push. Although he's giving up that rook pawn doesn't mean much of anything. I definitely would give him that rook pawn for sure. I actually would have, to me, I would have pushed out E4, but it seems to be more active. I guess I'm slightly more conservative than the DGT Centaur. Okay, takes. Let's see what black does. Takes. Oh yeah. Nearly a pawn and a half in black's favor there. BikJump is evaluating this position. DGT Centaur is still evaluating around a pawn 0.99 in black's favor. So either way, this position, both engines are agreeing that is winning for black. Not winning, but definitely has the advantage. Oh, forgot to move. Sorry. Told you I'm getting excited here. Bishop to E1. Yeah, BikJump is making some bad moves now. He's really getting put on the defensive. Okay. Bishop here. Oh, this is easy. Yeah, I would have took that one first. Yep, absolutely. We're getting down to the wire here. Okay, DGT Centaur is evaluating position at 1.35 in black's favor. It definitely scales up much better than the DGT Centaur friendly mode. Friendly mode, you'll beat friendly mode like every single time you play it, basically. So I've tested it out. Friendly challenging mode, nah, it don't work like that. Yeah, it don't work like that. Okay, takes. I forgot to take that. Yeah, I'm getting excited. I'm forgetting the input moves here, but don't worry, we'll kind of make up for that here. Oh, and then let's push this right here. Nah, dude, yeah, you can't push that because that's just total. Yeah, my bad, because I've been exposing the rook. Knight take. Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. Was not expecting that either. This is definitely winning though. This is easy because I mean he could go ahead and trade the knight for the bishop, move the king in, take the pawn, and shepherd that d pawn in and win. That would be probably the way to win. Okay. Maybe that was a mistake on behalf of our DGT Centaur, or maybe not. Okay. 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 Push. Yeah, just go king. King. Well, he's not even doing that. Oh, well, that's still fine. I guess the pawn and the knight is on black, and you can't do anything about it at this point. So he's really tying his pieces up. That's a really good. So that's a really good technique. He's really tying his pieces up. Good move. Okay. Now king. Now I believe king d6 would be the move. Okay, knight takes. Oh. That seemed to be not the best way to move about it. Well, I guess he could, if he come over here and try to protect that, then rook takes a4, and that would be bad. So this is relatively easy to play. It seems slightly scary, but it's not. You say, ooh, white has two passed pawns, but no, it's not. It's not scary at all. I see the win. The win is really direct. Okay. Then you can just go king. I mean, this rook right here is available for a check and everything. So, yeah, this is easy. Okay. Okay. Well, to me it would be easy, but let's just see how, because what you call is going to try to scale. So let's just see how it scales. First of all, king. Okay, pawn here. Okay, king takes. I'm assuming rook takes pawn. That's the only reasonable. Oh, that's actually pretty good too, because it's threatening mate. How about that? Let me threaten mate while I'm at it. He threatened mate. That was hilarious. DGT Centaur trolled him a little bit. Let's go here, put a little check. All right. Okay. Okay. He's gonna go here. I really like the technique that DGT Centaur is playing with this, though. Although it is based on Stockfish, so it should have a really good technique here. I really like this technique that it's winning with. I'm gonna evaluate this in game on my own, because I really like the technique. He's just okay. Okay, it is black's move. Let's see what black is thinking about here. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I didn't move on the board. Sorry about that. I'm losing a little focus here, but it's okay. We're gonna make up for it by okay. There we go. So I think the challenging mode, what it's doing, is still playing at a much higher level, but it still is not playing super accurately like you would expect the expert engine level to play, and that makes sense. I mean, it shouldn't. But still, we can see that it has much better scaling capabilities than the friendly version. Okay. What was that? It just gave the game away. Well, not gave it away, but it just gave it a draw. Okay. Now that is interesting, I gotta say. That is interesting there. So even if it draws this game, I don't think it'll lose. But if it draws, we can definitely say that DGT Centaurs are scaled to 2100. Okay. He definitely threw the game. I mean, it's quite an easy win. I mean, the best thing to do now is just check with the rook and put your king behind the pawn. Put your black king on a6. He probably won't win at this point for sure, but he's actually might be in danger of losing. I mean, I doubt that'll happen, but oh, he takes. Okay. What? Yep. Yeah, that's I don't think he'll lose the game though. I think he can still draw the game though, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's a draw because even if he takes the pawns, I mean, he can just get his king entombed over there. It's an easy draw. Yeah. Okay. See what happens here. Okay. Yeah. Wow. But hey, we can say though the challenging mode does scale much better than the friendly mode. It did have a 1 game against a 2100 engine, so we can say it will play at least a 2100 level chess, but it'll make a mistake. It'll just throw the game, and that's how I have beat it. I've actually made it to an end game with it, and it just basically made a terrible mistake. Yeah, because this here is a draw though for sure. Yeah, because if he takes the pawn, he just entombs the king. Yeah. Or either he'll have time to get to the corner. One of the two. Yeah, one of the two. He'll either entomb him or either can get to the corner. Basically, he's still playing games. Cause he's not. Yeah, that's a bad move. He didn't even take the opposition. What? This is hilarious. Okay. Okay. Some high level shuffling here, as I guess King Crusher would say. Some high level shuffling here. See how this goes. Okay. Okay. Let's see what black does. Okay, here's a moment of truth here. See what he does. Oops. It's still a win. I mean, it's still a draw though. Yeah, I think it's going to take the drawing option. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a draw, but we'll see. So far, they're really trolling each other here. Okay. Oops, I hope I'm okay. Yeah, this is still a draw, even if he lets white get in there now. Still a draw. Yes, I've actually drawn a game like this, so somebody thought they was winning and they wouldn't. Because I entombed their king. Got some high level shuffling here, as King Crusher would say. Okay, now he got to stay in the corner for sure now.
Stale him.
Yep, stalemate. So that's it, guys. That's the game. So far in our, I wouldn't necessarily, I like to call it an experiment, but more or less a proof of concept here. We can say that the friendly mode does not scale nearly as good as the challenging mode. And the challenging mode, although it does scale quite well up to say 2100, it does make some very bad mistakes. And to be fair, BikJump makes some bad mistakes too that I even saw. So anyway, that's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. And the next couple of videos that I'll put out, hopefully in the next week or so, I'm going to play BikJump from the black side against the friendly mode and against the challenging mode. So until then, you guys take care and have a good one.